right, CPU, i7-12700K, beautiful processor that's going to be great for multi-threading applications, 12-core, 20-thread? Is that what it is?
I thought it was 1420. Is it 1220?
Is it 1220? I think it's 1220.
I feel you might be. You know what?
No, you know what? This is how professional we are. 1200K. It is a 12-core 20-thread. I was right.
Right.
Smile. All right, 12-core 20-thread. And for the motherboard, we have a Pro Z790A Wi-Fi board, which is all black, looks really nice, and Z790. So, you know, it's one of the latest and greatest boards you can get right now. It'll work great for future upgrades, which really you don't need to with the 1200K. You're going to be really happy with this, but you can upgrade in the future. RAM is some good old DDR5 memory. We got Corsair Vengeance, RGB DDR5, memory for AMD.
Hey, we're switching it up.
Memory for AMD, baby. Doesn't really matter. I know Corsair has like optimized kits for each platform, but you know what? We went the AMD route. Tina Archer, we're going over the build.
It's for you.
And for storage, we have a WD Black SN770 Gen 4 1TB SSD with read and write speeds of 5,150 megabytes per second. Pretty solid for Gen 4. And Jax will talk about the graphics card and everything.
Yeah, now see, Matt did what I always forget to do.
Oh, there's a cooler.
We're going to talk about the cooler. So, the new H100i Elite Catholics, which I've really grown to like. It has like a totally different design on the block, and I'm honestly thinking that they redesigned the pump. The fans are also different. So it's a really awesome cooler, and it works with iQOO. That's kind of what the theme is here, is we wanted RGB that could all work with iQOO. So then for the graphics card, we have this Asus TUF Gaming RTX 4070 Ti.
Woo!
Keep in mind, guys, this is basically like a lower power consumption 3090 Ti. So it's an insane card for the price. Do not sleep on it. For the power supply, this is so weird. We have this MSI Mag, what is this, an AB50G? No, A850G. I was like, what is AB?
Yeah,
It's a 50
3.0.
watt. It's a 50 watt power supply, guys.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, ATX 3.0, 5.0 PCI ready, so that means that we can plug the connector straight into our graphics card and not have to worry about doing all that weird adapting. We purposely do that. 80 plus gold though, fully modular. And then the iQOO 4000X RGB from Corsair. It's all going to work together with iQOO. And going inside of that, which we normally really don't do this very often, we're putting in a Camlink Pro, which is basically a 4 HDMI input capture card. So
it's pretty good.
Yeah, we use them around the office. They're really good for if you want to have like up to 4 DSLRs with cam links, basically going into the capture card. If you're doing like a 4-camera podcast or whatever, you know.
Oh, what was it? We had the Camlink Pro used in the other room before, but I don't know what I don't remember why we had it before.
Was the racing sim one of the things plugged into that, or was that not really? Oh, and VR.
VR, yes.
That's crazy how much we like never utilized any of that stuff.
No, we didn't. But yes, this build will be great for all the needs of the user. Smile.
No, wait, no, I think I'm thinking of the one before that.
Oh boy. AMD's getting the same shit this morning, it looks like. We have a 7600 also, guys. And we didn't do a video also, which seems like sitting out was the best idea right now. We'll do something later.
I love that we're always the standby, like.
I know, we were on standby. I was like, this is the one time where it was like probably a good idea.
Wow.
The only rationalization I can make for the slower bus, 8 gigs at $50 more than a 3060, it's not terrible, but it's just not that great.
Yeah, which I think I
think it's just like about
outlook.
the same, if not slightly better than a 3060 Ti, and it's $50 more. I think it still comes down to the main issue of, well, everyone's just freaking out about VRAM now because your average game, the VRAM's not a problem. It's mainly the really demanding AAA titles that are coming out is where the VRAM is the problem. But I don't know.
That's the thing too. Games never. I'm telling you, dude, that made a big difference. Games didn't used to do that thing where they'd show like how much VRAM you're going to estimate to use. So nobody really like thought about it. Like you would go to high settings, and if it ran, it ran. If it didn't, you're like, oh, I need to lower some settings. But people didn't think it was like. I think people now think it's really all about the VRAM when it still isn't quite.
Do you expect the next gen to be more than single digits better than the Carter replaces? That makes sense.
Notice too, like it's not like one of them ever comes out with like an innovation that's so much crazier. I need to put the SSD in, I think. it's not like they come out with innovation that's like so much crazier than the other, right? They're always on par with each other. So honestly, I feel like it should have been obvious when, I guess, AMD, when we saw the NVIDIA reviews and you're like, oh, that's not good. You're just probably like, okay, AMD's obviously not gonna be great either. It's crazy to me, like the Star Wars games, for example, how like, I genuinely think people are upgrading their rigs just to be able to play a game like that, even when they already had really good rigs to begin with. And I think that's kind of like horrible that people have to do that. That's like totally on the game developer, and like they need to fix that themselves, not people upgrade their PCs.
Have you played any Pokemon games, Hardcore Vader? The last Pokemon game was a bad launch. It was real bad. And I last time I played, the performance was still real bad. So I wouldn't say specifically Nintendo like is oblivious from that, or like omitted, yes, the word I'm looking for. Omitted from that. They've had their fair share of blunders, but especially with a Zelda game, they're not gonna mess that up. I thought Nintendo owns the company that develops the Pokemon game. But like, I guess technically, yeah.
Talking about Ninjago.
Yeah, who? I didn't even finish I'm a Pokemon fan. I didn't even finish that game because it wasn't fun. They publish but don't develop it. I guess that's fair, but I feel like that's a lot of the bad ports that are going out also. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I can agree with that, Coconut, because that's literally like, that's pretty much like in a video that we did, I pretty much was just like, I didn't literally say, you're forced to just go with NVIDIA, because like I really like AMD. Honestly, I'd tell almost all people to go with AMD graphics cards unless you really need anything. But I basically just said like the higher end 30 series, like how people treat the higher end, what do you call it, 40 series, right? Like the 4070 Ti and above. People just seem to love those, right? Like everybody shills for them. Really not much bagging stuff. And the lower end stuff, everybody hates on. It's like, why would they want to make lower end stuff? And then people would complain like, they're catching budget on the market. And I'd be like, dude, if I was AMD or an NVIDIA, I'd be scared. I'd be scared to make anything lower end.
Well, the AMD back in the day, there would always be rumors of them saying they are going for the hypothetical 1080 Ti. They're going for the 2080, like they're going to try to beat it. And they always release something that's budget, and then everyone's like, oh, well, it's still fine. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm happy with budget. But they always are like, this is the time AMD is going to take over.
I was talking to John the other day, and he was like, so am I like a toasty stepbro now, or like what? And I was like, what we should start doing for like any future employees is we need to do like, you start off as like a toast friend, then you're a toast stepbro, and then after like 4 weeks you're a toast bro. You know, like a toast bro.
You must capture the card. Make Shopify work.
Yeah, nice background light. Or David can just use, I think he mainly uses an app, a third-party app that we have installed.
Right, Tina. All the HDMIs are on the board to be accessed.
Alright. Will we have RGB? Will we have no lights? Will we have white? It's always one of those with Corsair.
It's always up for debate. Will she turn on?
Yeah, I was like, or will we?
It is white.
Oh,
RGB.
I was like, give it a sec.
Hey. Go. There you go.
Tina, what do you think? I don't even know if you're still here.
Build diff.
It looks good. You can never go wrong with the all IQ. It's classic. It works every time.
The Wi-Fi.
Hey, that's one of the reasons why I go with IQ for like some of the customs I do, is because I want it to be like stupid simple to set up. So yeah, all you have to do when you get the PC is already have IQ on it. Actually, what color do you want, Tina?
We can have it ready to ship.
I can literally just go ahead and put it for you. Got a 12th gen i7 12 core 20 thread. We have a Asus TUF RTX 4070 Ti. We have an Elgato 4-port capture card for HDMI ports. The 4000X from Corsair loaded with RGB. We have 32 gigs, I think, close to 6000 megahertz RAM. I said white and blue.
I can do that.
Yeah. I can always do like, there's a couple of cool modes where you can make it to where it goes back and forth, so I can make it be like a very slow fade between white and blue. Or if the fans usually have like, you can program each zone. Same with the RAM and cooler. You can like make each part have its own color. So what, Jonah?
Please let me inside.
Oh, that's. I was wondering. I thought it said let me see the inside of the PC. I'm like, I feel like you can see it. Yeah, budget was 35, but we managed to go way under.
Yes.
Was that? Just it's one of those things where I don't like using people's max. I don't use max budgets unless I need to. If that makes sense. Like if you just because you tell me you can spend 3,500 doesn't mean I'm gonna try to get you out the door at 3,500 or more. I want to get you the least amount as possible with a good upgrade path, and this is way more than needed.
Yeah, if you're in Twitch chat and you want a custom build through PC Bros, you can get one just like this at PCBros.tech. Build consultations are $10. That money gets refunded towards the cost of the build. And yeah, you can get a PC that is perfect for your needs and may or may not be already on the website. So you can get something that's specific to what you want to do.
Yeah, this build right here, i7-12700KF and the RTX 4070 Ti. Awesome build. Hope you guys enjoyed.